cool. Anyway, yeah, this is probably our second last session to have every now and then. I think I did say this when we started that after some time, we're going to have a session once a month. So I think from so far, I think people that have been putting the work, they see progress. Like, have you made back your course money? Lucky?
Sorry. Yes, I have.
Okay. So I'm just picking someone that I know that they just recently started trading with me. So if one person has made back their course money, to me, it basically says that everyone should have made it. If you're not, then that's your problem. Why am I saying this? I might sound a bit aggressive. It's because people don't want to take accountability, not to say I'm not putting the work. Cool.
Sia?
Yes.
Yes, I also did it, but then I was not using the trend lines when I made my course money. I was using the old way, using the resistance support.
Yes. So
yes,
good.
I did get my course money, but then I think I got too excited.
Emotion, psychology. That's good. So remember, I did say, even if you remember, Rose, I did mention that there is people that literally trade based on support and resistance, and some support and resistance and candlesticks. It's very important to understand what these levels of support and resistance, what they mean. It's basically supply and demand. It's understand to know that, okay, if the market is going up, at some point the buyers have got it, must get out, and the sellers to step in. Logically thinking about it, it makes sense to buy something at the higher price because you understand that the people, the institutions, whatever that they would buy in this market, at some point they need to get out, right? So you can, if that works for you, Rose, then it's fine. You don't have to complicate your charts doing the trend lines and whatnot. Stick to what works for you. You cannot trade the way that I do. You cannot trade the way that Mabote does, the way that Pamela does. You have to develop your own way of trading. And Melon, just confirm, Melon, you also trade support and resistance most of the time, do you, right?
Yes, King, I also do trade support and resistance.
Just, you started last year with me or 2 years ago?
I started last year in February.
And just to hype everyone up, how much have you made, maybe, just roughly, not the actual amount, have you made more than 20K?
Yeah, I've made more than 20K.
Okay.
From one trade.
From one trade?
Yes.
Maybe explain to them if you want.
Yeah, okay guys, I'm Marlon. I started trading with Club Forex since last year. So I'm a person that likes to trade small accounts, growing small accounts. So sometime in January, when I deposited 500 Rand, I made 6,500, 6,900 from 500 Rand trading indexes. And then I've also been trading volatility indexes. I've deposited $25, made $430 in less than 2 hours.
Say that again?
I said I've also trading volatility indexes. So I deposited $25 and I made $430 in less than 2 hours using support and resistance level.
Okay.
Yes, King.
I'm not sure anyone else who has made back their course money, who started recently, who kept it simple, not complicating the chart, or who traded the same way that I told you that.
Sia?
Yes.
Yes. I deposited. Yes, I was with Chuli. I deposited about 1,000, and I
1,
think I made about 1,000 rands, and I think I made about, I think it was 18,000. And I got excited, and then she told me to stop the trade because then I was too excited. Yeah, I didn't even know about Nasdaq, and there's a micro Nasdaq and things like that. She showed me the account, and then I did do the 18,000. I can't remember, 18,000 something.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I withdrew. I think I withdrew the 17,000, left the 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. And you were able to take that 1,000 to 17,000 in one day.
Yes.
Yeah,
in
I know
one
when
day.
It comes to Chile, so she can trade crazy lot size. She can be aggressive. Yep, it's possible.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Anyone
it's
else?
possible. It's just that I think I'm safe using the support and resistance from my side.
Yep. Anyone else, guys? That wants to just share your story, motivate others, perhaps. Just keeping it simple. All the way to Osh. Have you made back your cost money?
Evening, guys. Yes, yeah. Yeah, man. I've made a couple of bucks. In one day, I've made about the highest amount of money that I've made in one day I'm not sure if it was USD or NIAS. I think it was 4,000 something. Okay, I started with Lucia last year around November, but I started my real account in March this year. So yeah, so roughly in a week, I would make a plus minus 10K. So yeah, keeping it simple, support and resistance.
Yeah. I like the fact that you're saying that you started last year and you only started trading live this year after a few months. And I know for sure you're one of the people that were active on the group, trading that demo account as if it was your live account. So, having to understanding that it's a process. Abanyaba and other people, they don't want to go through the learning curve in the sense that I've been trading demo account for 2 months now. See, I want to go live. I'd always say trade demo account as long as you need to know what you're doing, then move to live. So that's good, man. That's good. The fact that you took your time to make that transition from the demo to a live account and getting to a point whereby you were able to, your biggest highlight, it's 4K a day. I know you would like depositing 1,000 rand yourself. You're one of the people that are very cautious, one of the people that have their stop losses tight. Doro was one of the reasons why she was able to make such an amount is because most likely she doesn't really put stop losses in the trades. So she gets aggressive. So if she can take 8,000 rand to 18K in one day, that's good. But it just shows that it can work against it because she's very aggressive. It's one of those things like, can you take 100,000 and make maybe, because that's like what, 800 profits. 800% profit. So can you take 100,000 and make it 200,000 in a day? Yes, you can, but you see now you start making 100% instead of 800. Why? Because the bigger the amount, you start being more cautious. That's the nice thing, both guys, about trading smaller accounts. The fact that you can risk all that amount and make so much. That is why I like trading small accounts. That is why I motivate you guys. I push you guys to trade those small accounts because you can risk it all. Sometimes, the lady, she experienced this. She shared with us on Tuesday, stating that she'd always get kicked out. You always get kicked out, but yet the market is going towards the direction that you had anticipated. So when you're trading big accounts, it's a bit hard to watch that drawback, looking at your trade minus 1,000, minus 2,000, minus 3,000. So that's why you would put your stop loss too tight. How about maybe instead of depositing that 5,000 all at once, you tell yourself, you know what, I'm just gonna deposit 5 times, and I'm gonna deposit 1,000 rand, and then risk it all. Be aggressive in my trade. Take that 1,000 rand. You can take that 1,000 rand and make it to 5K in a day. Unlike maybe taking the 5,000, risking it all with those stop losses and keep getting kicked out. And that can work against you, or will definitely work against you, because now that starts fucking up with your emotions. Then you're gonna be aggressive, you're gonna be annoyed. So rather trade small amounts and then just try to push them higher. Nice one, Osh, anyway. Anyone else? I don't know who Zoom user is. KG Kamo, is that you? Anyone else who has something to just inspire us, something positive? This is where, guys, we're sort of tapping into psychology right now of trading. Because when you start hearing about other guys making so much money, it affects you, definitely. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely motivating.
Yeah.
It's definitely motivating. Thank you guys for sharing.
Yeah. And it's a bit hard nowadays for people to actually share those numbers because it's like a pay slip, it's like a salary. You know, I respect that.
Yeah.
You know,
I really appreciate it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else, guys, that want to share? Pamela? Anyone who's struggling though? Anyone who's struggling, what are you struggling with? Now, lady, we did establish that if you just started trading live, is that you put in those stop losses too tight, this and that. But it's part of the game because even the guys that actually are talking about these positive stuff that have happened to them, they have done that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think for me, you know, I haven't I haven't made like crazy money like everyone, so I don't really have a success story to share like that. But I think I can say what's really been awesome for me is just letting go of that fear that I had, because I would look at things and like overthink it, and then next thing I'm like, oh no, I should have gone in here and there and that sort of thing. So I'm just really excited about it, and also just learning as I go. And I think it's also built my confidence a little bit. So that's really great.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. What do you want to share? Something positive with us? It's all about positive vibes. How about that from your side?
No, I don't have anything positive to share at the moment. Besides, I've also been struggling with that thing of whenever I took a trade and put a stop loss, it also kicks me out.
Okay, tell us something different besides what Naledi has told us. Tell us something different, guys, because we're all different. We all experience different stuff most of the time, even though you might have experienced what Naledi is experiencing. I'm sure there is something else that on your side you are experiencing. So it would be nice to come out, you know, and say those things, because it boils down to, again, sorry guys, I'm just gonna hit straight. It boils down to you, I think it was on Tuesday of this week or last week Thursday, one of the sessions whereby you told us that you did not share the trade that you took because it went against you. So if you're not trying to open up about those things, they're gonna affect you in a negative way. You know, so my point is, guys, say something different that someone else has not, mentioned. You know, because that's how we can help you as well.
Yeah, King.
Yes.
I just want to share something. Like when I started trading with you, my mistake was when I used to see your trade. When you used to send like an analysis, and we, like everyone in the group used to send analysis, like I used to try those barcodes that you like, the ones that you have now, of which is something that like us people that's starting to trade, we're not at that level yet. So like I think it's best if like us as beginners, if we can just open 1 or 2 trades and then see if it plays out, and then we can add more trades. Because I think what's happening at the moment is that when they see, okay, there's a barcode on, okay, Sianda's thingy, Sianda's trades, and then they also want to do barcodes, of which the trade didn't play that well.
When you say barcode, what do you mean?
I mean, like when they said there's like when you open more positions.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So I think that's the other thing that's happening. You see, with the people that's beginning, like as us as beginners, we're trying to open like more than 10 positions, of which we don't know if there's gonna be a pullback or what.
And that's exactly what I want to tap on, guys, tonight. But that will be like a 5 minutes thing that I want to talk about. Exactly what Mel is talking about is whereby, looking at those many trades being executed, that yes, that fucks you up in the sense that place one trade, identify that direction, place that one trade, perhaps do not put a stop loss, right? Let the market do its thing and see, if I place this trade here, what happens, right? So don't put many trades, because again, what turns out is that you're getting those drawbacks. I mean, let's say you take that trade here, you're saying that this market will go up, and then you take multiple trades, right? the market goes up, it comes back, it dips just a bit. When it does this, it blows your account. And then after that, it goes your way, right? So to avoid that, just take one trade to see that, I'm taking this trade here. I'm saying it's going to go up. The market, you take it, then you start noticing, the market actually does do a little pullback. The trade is running on a negative. Hold it, and then eventually that happens. But again, if you're having multiple trades, the time it goes up, you're already fucked, right? Your account is already up. So what he's saying is basically, take one trade. Don't take multiple trades. Take one trade and see if it's going to play out, right? Try to be consistent at that. And that will help you. That will help your psychology if you're doing so. Because if most of the time, not all the time, remember, if most of the time you're taking these trades and they play out, that sort of builds confidence in you. Unlike maybe taking multiple trades and they kick you out, and then you might end up thinking, shit, what I'm doing is wrong. The way that I analyze the chart is wrong. No, that's not the case. So yeah, that's a good point. I'll talk about it later, like 5 minutes before the session ends though. Cool.
Just to add on that, what I have done from my side, because initially I also had a problem with like placing many trades. I would just like stick to one. So what I've done is I will place at 0.1 for the first trade and then wait to see what happens. And then if it does a drawback and I'm confident of the fact that it is going to go in my direction, then I will increase my lot size. Where I see retracements or where I see drawbacks, then I will go to 2 and just keep placing according to that. Yeah.
I hope you guys understood what she's saying, but I'll explain it. Very good point, very good way of doing it. And I'll show you another way of just literally doing it without having to monitor this all the time and then do those execution, at the time that they happen. So very good point. Very good point. Very good thing that you noticed. So that's why it actually boils down to what I'm going to show you guys later today. Yes.
It's Artie here, ne?
Artie. Oh, it's yeah. I was wondering. Yes.
Yeah. No, I've been listening to the other guys, but for what works for me, guys, is like, ne? It is then I don't have a stop loss. I don't want to lie, guys. I only move a stop loss once I'm on profit. That just to lock the profit.
And the reason why you do not put a stop loss is because when you put in that 200 rands, like fuck it, you know what? Even if but you exactly. At the back of your mind, how much have you made from that 200 rand? Like just one time whereby you deposited 200 rand, and then how much did you make from that 200 rand?
It's a lot. It's a lot, but normally the bigger ones that I did, I would normally deposit 500. I would push it up to 5,000, 4,000, and when I get there, I withdraw sometime, then deposit again.
Yeah. That's the way. That's the fucking way.
Okay.
And just out of curiosity, like in terms of lot sizes with that 500 rands account, what lot sizes are you using?
0.01.
Sorry.
So what he does is he puts different positions. I'll show you now.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I'll show you now how he does it. Anyone else? Yeah.
And the other thing, like I think you see, when it comes to trading, right? Like everyone has got different emotions when it comes to trading. I think some people like before. Okay, I'm not gonna say some people. When I started trading, this is what I used to do. If I see, I deposited 1,000 rand, and then the trade goes against me, minus 300. I close it. No, that's not the way. I leave the trade. Let it hit your stop loss, or you take profit. If it doesn't hit your stop loss, leave the trade. Because sometimes what happens, you close the trade and then it goes your direction. You start getting emotional, you start using your feelings, and then the time you enter, it blows your account. So I think it's best if you just leave a trade, let it hit your stop loss, or you take profit.
And once this is when you have your stop losses and take profit right in place. This is not the instant whereby you're like, fuck it, I don't care even if it doesn't hit a stop loss.
Yes, King.
And one thing to add on that, guys, you can't deposit that 1,000 rand and then be willing to lose that 300, right? And then it can happen maybe in the morning, whereby now your account is down, you're on 700 grand from 1,000 rand because you lost like 300. It's possible that, you know, when fucking New York opens, you can make that 700 into 2K, 3K. Rather than maybe you end up blowing that fucking account, and then comes New York session and like, shit, okay, I was gonna take a trade here, and then the market goes the way that you would have taken the trade, then you start beating yourself. That's why you start fucking with your psychology as well. So if you have a stop loss in place, let the fucking thing into stop loss. That's all we say. And don't be emotional. Right? So again, just to answer Naledi's question before I go far, and this is basically gonna take us to what I want to talk about. So for an example, Naledi, can you see that this is when I deposited this yesterday, that 200 rand into 600 rand running, and all these fucking things, they happen so quick. If you look at this 0.05, right? If you look at